In this video, I wanted to look at why charge moves are a bit tricky in Dynamax battles. So I'd had quite a few questions on my previous videos about use of charge moves. Why do I kind of go over 100 energy all the time? Why don't I throw the rock slides when I have them? What's the benefit of when you use a charge move, etc. So I wanted to talk through that. This is a partly cloudy Moltres battle. So I thought, well, okay, rock slide is then double super effective and boosted, and we double resist the boosted ancient powers that are coming back at me. So I was like, let's give it a try. So in this battle, I'm going to throw most of my rock slides when I have them, assuming it's a safe place to throw. So I do over farm at some points. Yeah, and we'll just see how it all goes. I'm still going to collect all the orbs, but in this example, I am going to need to protect my Excadrill because it's my only one. And you know, I don't really want to be throwing the water moves when it's partly cloudy, right? I want to make the most of the weather boost added on to my mushroom boost. So yeah, we triple guard here because I want to keep it throwing ancient powers. This Moltres seemed to really like ancient power. So far, it has not yet thrown its other move. Yeah, and we just want to keep it doing that. We want to keep it targeting the Excadrill just with ancient power. So I keep shields up. And I think that's part of the issue, right? Is I'm using my Excadrill. I need to shield it to keep the ancient powers coming, which then enables me to keep using rock slides. Excadrill can't tank the fire moves at all. So I need to keep shields up. But if I'm shielding my Excadrill, then I can't use the max attacks on my Kingler, right? I need to kind of keep the Excadrill in the Dynamax phase so that I can keep shielding it. So this starts to become a problem. The battle's going really slowly. I think we're a couple of minutes in already, and I've only done like, what's that, a fifth damage? And now I'm like spiriting because I'm already at 2 shields. So at some point, I'm going to have to risk bringing in the Kingler. Now this dodge went really badly wrong because I'd swiped over to get that that orb at kind of the same time as the dodge window. So that wasn't ideal. I lost a whole shield for that. Here, I managed to wait for the dodge indicator to come up, those 3 lines above my Pokemon, and then I swiped over to get the orb, and I didn't lose a full shield on that, so that was much better. Here I know I'm safe because there's a delay in between boss moves, and we timed that dodge nicely, so again I only lost half a shield. And at this point I'm like, yeah, I need to do some damage, so we swap in the Kingler. So my idea of like, let's throw lots of rock slides is already kind of failing. I do have to use a shield. I have to keep these ancient powers coming. I can't risk lots of fire moves coming my way. So we're only going to do 2 of the max attacks. And at this point, I'm going to charge up with the Kingler and then I'm going to swap catch tank on Excadrill. So we swap here, so that the ancient power damage still goes onto the Excadrill, but that loses me my whole shield. So at this point I'm worried, but I'm like, okay, here we can take that. And for some reason, that dodge did not work. So I lost almost my entire drill. Luckily, it still got tiny bit of health. And at this point, I'm like, I have to catch this on my Blastoise to keep my drill alive. No idea why I threw the Hydro Pump, other than in this battle we're throwing charge moves apparently. So here I just race it to full meter. I bring in my poor almost dead drill, and I've got to protect it. So again, I triple shield the drill. And at this point, I am really starting to worry about the time that this is all taking. The battle's been going on for about 5 minutes, and we know that there's kind of this inbuilt timer with the max battles, at which point, once the timer's up, we get a message saying Moltres is getting desperate. And yeah, basically, like, that means you're going to die soon. And then the boss will kind of enrage, almost like shadows, and it will just start doing really strong attacks that just will one hit kill you, regardless of if you've got shields up or loads of health. Resist the move, doesn't matter, you'll just be dead. So yeah, it is quite time sensitive without actually being able to see a timer, so that's sad. I do think we should be able to see the timer in these like raids. So here we go, Moltres is getting desperate in the log on the right hand side. And at this point I'm like, okay, well, I have to throw 3 attacks with Kingler. I don't have time to do anything else. Like, there's no point protecting myself anymore at this point, because I'll die regardless of any protections in place. So we just have to kill it before it starts one-shotting all the Pokemon. And I've still got quite a chunk of health left to take off of it now. So let's see how much Crab Hammers do. We're going to dodge this. This is going to mean the shield goes. Yeah. And keep throwing Crab Hammers. And it's not going down very fast. And I think at this point it gets really angry. Yeah, Moltres' attacks are getting stronger. So this is where basically if it hits me, I will die. But we killed it there with the rock slide. So I feel like this video kind of shows that the strategy of throwing all of my charge moves is a lot slower than just kind of focusing on energy gains with throwing some charge moves and kind of balancing damage with getting to the max phase faster. Oh, look, a shiny. That's kind of fun. So I can pin up that. And at least I know I can catch it. So that's fun. Anyway, I hope that was useful and answered some of your questions about when to use charge moves versus not. It's definitely about racing to that max phase and kind of focusing on damage during the max phase.